Hi there, Taurus. Hope you guys are doing well and enjoying your January. Hope this year is off to a great start for you guys. This candle just went out, so let's go. Okay, we're going to be doing the Celtic Cross today. This card here in the far left corner is going to be your deep past, followed by your recent past, your current state, advice card, near future, hopes and or fears, and your final outcome. Crowned by 3 energy cards, the first being the energy that you harnessed that helped lead to your current state, the environmental energies following that, and then the sort of energetic pathway that you're moving into as you move throughout the month. Okay, let's give it just a last bit of a shuffle here. Recent past, current state, deep past, recent past, current state, advice position, near future, hopes and or fears, the final outcome, the energy that you stepped into that helped lead you to your current state, the environmental energies card, and the final sort of energetic pathway that you're moving into, with the thematic card of the 7 of Cups. Okay, so let's set this right over here. Okay. Now, let's actually switch these. So let's look at the themes of elements first. Okay. A prominence of Pentacles energy, so a preoccupation, it seems, with harboring a sense of groundedness and balance. Okay, and as I was shuffling, I was getting a feeling of this sort of balancing act, okay, which seems to be alluded to in quite a few cards here, right? On the Strength card, you have the figure 8 atop the sort of third eye chakra area of this lion, right? The balance, the oscillation, the yin and the yang, right? The natural form and course of the universe even, okay? The balance between these 2 pentacles on the butterfly, right? The 2 of Pentacles. Then on this Daughter of Wands, you have this snake that's sort of coiled up in a figure 8 configuration. So there's a balancing and a wielding, it seems, okay? Holding your balance in some shape or form. Okay, and you have, let's see, you have 1, 2, 3 major arcana, trailing more into the energy that you're moving into. Okay, I'm getting the energy from your past is what sort of is helping lead you into this more significant transformation, okay, of character. And let's just make sure we're recording. Excellent. So, you have 1 Swords card. You have 2 Wands cards. 2 Cups cards. And I see this as really speaking to water emotions as well. Okay, the Lovers in reverse here. So let's take a look in totality at the spread. So you have in your deep past Ace of Pentacles followed by the Ace of Wands, okay? And I'm seeing this as taking charge with an idea, okay, that you had for a new beginning, a fresh start in terms of your career, in terms of your finances, or really whatever it is that gives you a sense of groundedness or security, okay? Then moving into your current state, you have the Father of Cups in reverse, okay? But even before that, right, you arched into the Daughter of Wands energy, really harnessing this Ace of Wands, this foray into a creative new path and endeavor, okay? Really, this is a step up of that energy and a utilization of that energy, okay? Now, that led to this Father of Cups in reverse, okay? And here we have, as the sort of thematic crowning energy of the reading in total, the 7 of Cups in reverse, okay? And that's right overlaying the Emperor in reverse, which is overlaying the World upright, okay? So there's this interplay, right, it seems, between fire, creation of our tangible world, and as it relates to our emotional being. You know, for many signs, I've been getting a feeling of the interplay between elements, right? The harnessing of elements together, the realization even, right, that there are many different components that go into our personal satisfaction, our true satisfaction, right? One that really speaks to us on an intuitive level, on a holistic level even, right? Look at the Strength card. There is a repose, there is a confidence, right, with this Lion. There's clarity, but the clarity in a way is derived from the all-knowingness, right? This figure 8 on the forehead of the Lion, okay? Signifying intuition, connectedness with the universal truths. So again, right, there's this sort of embedding of various energies that are contributing to and are playing active roles in the fruition of bringing about this stability, okay? Coming right back to a point of realization of the emotional satisfaction that you derive from whatever it is you're contributing to and working towards. Okay, so perhaps this is the realization of sort of feeling that something is at odds in terms of the emotional capacity of whatever this is, right? Does this have the capacity to be emotionally fulfilling for me, right? I'm pursuing it, but is it truly fulfilling me? Okay? And the 2 of Pentacles in reverse is in your advice position. So it seems that, again, you have so many figure 8s. You have figure 8 here, figure 8 there, and figure 8 there. And this is an intuitive card, right? Listening to your intuition about your emotions, and I'm seeing as they relate to whatever it is you're building. This mountain is the sort of backdrop of these cups, okay? The moon speaking to intuition. So there is perhaps an introspection, right? A feeling of wanting to delve a little deeper into the emotional aspect of this pursuit and of your actions, okay? So perhaps, right, it's beckoning you to take a step backwards in terms of the charge forward with this new beginning in terms of your career or your finances, right? Whatever this new beginning is that you're hoping to manifest and bring forward into actuality, perhaps it's beckoning you to see, because this is in a way a sort of distracting energy, right? Juggling the Two of Pentacles, trying to keep it balanced is in a way distracting, right? It could be distracting to the sort of introspective state that you're in, okay? So perhaps this is beckoning you to give this a rest, right? The preoccupation with trying to juggle and handle and manifest, right? I'm seeing a lot of energy being put out towards this new beginning in terms of your career. Okay. So perhaps it's saying, take a rest with that. Take a rest with that. And in your near future, you have death in reverse. Okay. Death speaking to a transformation, right? One cycle ending and another beginning. In a way, right, these two cards are quite similar, right? The butterfly is flying down, it's not flying up. This bird is sort of pointed downwards, right? There's a sense of remission, okay? Let me tune in here. So you have a lot of characters that allude to this element of flight. Okay, you have the dove in the Father of Cups, the butterfly in the Two of Pentacles, this deceased bird of some sort, right? On the Death card, you have this owl on the Son of Swords. You have these two doves, swans, flying together on the Lover's card, okay? Okay, so there's this element of flight, okay? Whereas this energy grounds you, right? It's sort of like the pentacles are what ground and house the butterfly. Okay, in a way not allowing it to fly up, okay? It's this overemphasis on just sort of the hard work, the charging forward perhaps even, right? So before we move into this energy, let's go right up into the environmental card right here. You have strength in reverse. Okay, speaking to, I believe, this death card in reverse as well, okay? They're sort of overlaid, one atop the other. So it seems that in your environment, right, there is this sort of it's perhaps more conducive for you to take a state of sort of remission, of review, that is more introspective, that is closer to the realm of your emotions and your heart, okay, and even your intuition, rather than just pure outwardly expressive action and emotion, right? So there's a tuning down, a toning down of maybe the emphasis on finances and work with fire, drive, passion, and action. And one that is calling more, right? Again, for the sort of emphasis on tuning in to your emotional state and your emotional satisfaction, okay? A softer stand, that's the feeling I'm getting here, because here we have a very strong stand, right? You have the idea, the conception of the idea, the moving forward with the idea, the plan of action, right? Following through with the plan of action, really in a way where you're wielding this very fiery energy, okay? And fast-paced energy as well. Fire is very fast. It burns hot and fast. But your environment, right, seems to be asking for a softer expression, as is this sort of energetic space that you're moving into that taps more into the emotional side of whatever it is you're doing, or even just in general, right? So the energetic expression that you're moving into is the Five of Pentacles, okay? But it could be related to, again, cups, emotions, okay? Perhaps energetically, right? Sensing the slowdown with your initiative and your drive towards whatever this financial project or career initiative has been. Okay, so the slowing down perhaps of that, the lessening focus on bringing this to fruition in a very action-oriented, sort of immediate way, okay? So where we see impulse here, we see now the slowing of movement forward, the slowing of growth and contribution of efforts towards this project, it seems. And instead, the entry of the emotional contemplation and aspect. Okay. So in your near future, you have the Son of Swords in reverse. Okay. Customarily, the Swords card speaks to the element of air and thus communication, clarity, decision, okay, action and strategy, movement forward. But when you have it in reverse, right, I mean, upright, this owl is very focused on the line of his descent, right? He's going to just swoop in and take what's his, right? Oh, it's an almost predatory energy, okay? Almost like the wand here, the Daughter of Wands. These two very sharp sort of objects are going in different directions, okay? But nonetheless, being sort of almost like a weapon, right? Not really a weapon, but a a tool, right, with which they can pursue their desires or what they want to accomplish, okay? But there's a sense of, with this card in reverse, right, not having the direct pursuit, not going for something directly, right? Pursuing maybe something you want, right? But first, it seems that the owl is flying up into this Seven of Cups in reverse, again speaking to the mystery, right? The contemplation of emotional satisfaction in terms of what we're building. So it's almost like the Son of Swords is rerouting, okay? Instead of swooping down and going in for the kill, it's like a rerouting of focus, okay, into perhaps uncovering this emotional question, right, of what really, truly satisfies you. Okay, and then we have the Lovers in reverse as your sort of final outcome. Oh, you know what? This is not your near future. This is your hopes and or your fears. Okay, so the Death is your near future, right? However, right, that interpretation can still stand for this card because, again, the Son of Swords is flying in this direction, right? Rather than down. So it's just a reorientation of its path and its focus, right? Instead of going directly after what it wants, it's now leading more into the realm of thinking about what it wants. Okay, that's where the thoughts are going towards, it seems. Speaking again to this Father of Cups and reversed Two of Pentacles. So this could be perhaps your fear, right? The fear of reorientation of efforts. Okay, the need to reorient, okay? Especially if you've been so very consumed by this sort of wildfire of passion and emotion, right? The fiery emotion and drive behind a certain very exciting venture, it seems, right? That you had in mind and hoped to bring about. So perhaps it's this slowing down, right? And this rerouting instead of our even mental faculties and analysis into the more emotional realm, okay? So in your near future, you have the Death card in reverse. So upright, right, it speaks to the culmination of a cycle. It speaks to the finality of a certain cycle, one that then leads to the beginning of a new cycle, okay? So you have it in reverse. And both of these birds and this butterfly are all in reverse. These animals typically fly up into the sky. But again, right, it's a rerouting sort of energy. Instead of perhaps the culmination of something, right, the culmination perhaps of your efforts, and thus the close of a cycle, okay? There is a need to retrace, right? The culmination cannot yet come. You must first ponder, right, what exactly it is that you want to culminate, and if that culmination is going to bring you the emotional satisfaction that you desire. Okay. then the Lovers card in reverse here. Yeah, I'm reading this as a completion of a cycle that is pending. Okay, that's pending. And the bird is getting up and flying yet again, right? But this time in a direction of emotional rumination, in a certain level of mystery, listening to one's intuition, okay? So that could be this sort of fear of feeling like I want this to be over in a way, right? I want to charge forward and complete, right? But my environment and sort of what is being called of me is to take a step back and reassess my perception of whatever it is I'm hoping to bring to culmination and fruition, okay? So then here, right, following the sort of question of culmination, right, this pause of progress, you have the Lovers in reverse. So again, this element of flight, okay, this element of flight, and in reverse. So this card upright speaks to emotional satisfaction, right? Total contentment, okay? And that which really is sort of emotional, right? Really speaking to the emotionalism of this sort of satisfaction and free flight, okay? So I think, you know, this is really just speaking to the pending sort of question, the deciphering of what will bring me happiness, right? That this ultimate free flight depends on, right? You have the sun here and the sun here in these two cards. There's sort of this beam of light, okay? There's the element of the sky. And these are both in reverse. So there is a feeling of needing to wait before, okay? Needing to wait before you can fly forward and have greater sort of freedom even, right? Emotionally and otherwise, okay? Really being able to harness and create in a way that is going to give you this sense of freedom, going to give you this sense of total satisfaction, okay? So this energy is not yet manifested, waiting on sort of the contemplation of the undercurrent, the emotional undercurrent of whatever it is you're pursuing. Okay, and so with these three energies here, and again here, the six of wands, right, with this butterfly is like almost reverse retrograde flight yet again, okay? So the retrograde motion of action, of fire, okay, a slowing down of pursuit in a way. And so really, right, coming back to emotional satisfaction, the pondering of that being the sort of overarching theme above which you're building the foundation, okay? And the Emperor speaks to the sign of Aries, okay, and the fire element. The Emperor is not a king, right? He's still somewhat immature, somewhat new to this position of power, this position of ultimate sort of even stature, right? And so nonetheless, though, the Emperor is grounded, right? It's depicted by this tall tree. This Emperor is independent, right? There's just one tree here. And there's also this element of fire, of passion, right? That lights the day, okay? So this oscillation between light and dark, even inherently in this Emperor card, you have sort of the sun that doesn't really look like the sun. There is darkness, there is light at the same time. Okay, but the light is driven by the motivations and the desires of the Emperor. Okay, it's a very fiery sort of energy. Okay, so and these are both above the world, right? Speaking to sort of the ultimate culmination, the ultimate creation, okay, the manifestation. So I think this is really speaking to your groundedness in the world, right? Is impending and dependent on the revelation, okay, of the emotional sense of groundedness. The emotional sense of groundedness is the focus, right? Above the harnessing of fire and earth energy to really build your sense of groundedness and your place in the world, okay? So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope this reading was helpful for you. Please feel free to leave your comments below. I'm always curious to know how the readings resonate. So please connect, and I will be back hopefully within the next week or so with your February readings. So until then, enjoy the rest of your January, Taurus, and I'll see you in February. Bye.